Like night and day, like night and day. Focus question. How do Ray's and Simon's differences and similarities help build their friendship? Words to know. Answers. Nominate, audience, overwhelming, constellation, persuaded, fascination, spectacularly, humiliation. It was the end of July, the longest, hottest, most boring stretch of the summer. Simon had gone to the beach, watched the fireworks on the 4th of July, and spent a week at space camp. Now he had nothing to do. I'm so bored, Simon moaned as he flopped dramatically onto the couch. Why don't you go meet the new neighbors? His mom suggested. A family moved in while you were away at camp. They have a daughter your age. Simon sighed but put on his sneakers anyway. Meeting new people always made him a little anxious, and his mom knew that. All summer, she had been pushing him to make new friends. He knew he wouldn't take no for an answer. As soon as Simon knocked, the door swung open with a bang. "Hi!" exclaimed the bright-eyed girl in the doorway. "My name's Ray. You must be Simon. Your mom told me all about you. We're both starting 6th grade this fall. It's great to finally meet you." Ray wore sparkly earrings that jingled as she spoke. She was also covered from head to toe in vibrant paint and glitter, as though an art classroom had exploded all over her, or all around her. "Sorry, I would give you a hug, but I've been crafting. Do you want to see my new room? It's taken me all week to decorate, but I think I'm almost there. I'm going to sort of an interstellar then. Plants and glow in the dark, stars and asteroids and spaceships, you know?" Simon grinned. Ordinarily, she would have found Ray and her mile-a-minute chatter overwhelming, but if there was one thing he loved to talk about, it was outer space. "Do you have a favorite constellation?" he asked as he followed Ray inside. "Mine is Orion." From that moment on, summer flew by. Simon and Ray became inseparable, spending hours together at the library, the pool, and each other's houses. They could not have been less alike. Ray was bubbly and outgoing, while Simon was quiet and shy, and drew them together as was their shared fascination with space. The week before school started, they decided to stargaze in Simon's backyard. His mom helped them set up their telescope and chuckled as the two friends bickered about where to point it. Ray wanted to spot a meteor shower. Simon wanted to find Mercury, one of the trickiest planets to detect. "You two really are as different as night and day," Simon's mom said. "What does that mean?" Ray asked, hands on her hips. Simon's mom pointed at the sky, which was shifting from light to dark. "It's an expression," she said. "Daytime and nighttime are opposites, just like the two of you." "It is just like you, Ray. I want to see the flashiest thing in the sky," Simon began. "While you, of course, are more interested in the mysterious planet Mercury," Ray concluded, and they both laughed. The following week, Simon and Ray started 6th grade. For Simon, middle school was overwhelming. The hallways were crowded, noisy, and full of strange faces. Ray, on the other hand, was excited to start at a new school. Everyone seemed eager to get to know her within the first week. She persuaded the principal to let her form a space club, and she convinced Simon to become the first member. As the weeks went by, Ray grew more and more popular, and space club meetings had to move to a larger classroom. Their lunch table got so crowded that Simon sometimes ate in the library where it was quieter. Simon understood why so many kids liked Ray. She was outgoing, hilarious, and confident. She attracted friends like moths to a flame, but as far as Simon was concerned, middle school was hard enough without always being the limelight. The last draw came when Ray decided to nominate Simon for President of Space Club. She made the announcement in front of everyone with asking Simon first. We'll nominate a few candidates. They'll make a speech and then we'll vote, Ray explained excitedly. I nominate Simon. I think he would be an amazing president. Simon felt his hands immediately began to sweat. I have to make a speech, he whispered to Ray. The thought of speaking in front of everybody made his heart pound. That's right. Simon could feel every eyeball in the room looking at him, and his face grew hot. No, he muttered. I don't want to do that. Why not? It's just a short speech. I don't care, Simon responded, painfully aware of their audience. I don't want to make a speech. Just because you like to be the center of attention doesn't mean everybody else does. Ray stared at him in confusion. I thought you'd want to be president. Well, I don't, Simon blurted out. Fine, Ray exclaimed. I'll nominate someone who isn't afraid of a little speech. Fine. Simon stormed out of the classroom. He heard gasps before the door slammed shut behind him. The rest of the week went by in a miserable blur. Simon skipped the next Space Club meeting, but he heard that Ray was elected president. Whenever she passed him in the hallway, she glanced at him sadly, then looked the other way. He avoided her at lunch too, eating alone in the library instead. Unfortunately, he still had to go to the cafeteria to buy food. On Friday, he spotted Ray at their usual table, chattering merrily with her friends as though nothing were wrong. Crushed, Simon wondered if their friendship hadn't been as important to her as it was to him. She had so many friends, after all. Simon missed Ray, but maybe they really were like night and day. Maybe they were just too different to be friends. Distracted by his thoughts, Simon tripped over a stray backpack. His tray went flying as he sprawled across the cafeteria floor. A hot wave of humiliation rushed through his body as everybody in the cafeteria erupted in lather. Everybody, that is, except Ray, for a brief moment. Their eyes met, and then Simon looked away, blinking back tears. As Simon got to his feet, he heard another crash. Ray had gotten up to throw away her trash and flipped spectacularly as well, arms and legs flaying as she trembled. The lather grew even louder, but she didn't seem embarrassed. She bounced right back up and took a dramatic sweeping bow. Everybody whistled and clapped as if she'd just find an incredible performance. Then the excitement died down and they returned to their lunches. Ray came over to help Simon gather up his lunch and they headed toward the library together. I'm sorry about our fight, Simon, Ray said. I really thought you'd want to be president. I thought I was being a good friend. I'm sorry too, Simon said. You are a good friend, he smiled. Thanks for taking the attention off me back there. Anytime, Ray replied, wiggling her eyebrows. I don't always understand you, but I've always got your back. She threw her arm around his shoulders. Can we be friends again? I've missed you. Sure, Simon said, grinning. I've missed you too. As they settled down at a table in the library, Simon said, by the way, congratulations on being elected. You'll be a great president. Thanks, Ray replied. You know, I could really use a great vice president.